You know how they say do one thing that scares you every day and that's living or something like that. I can't remember the exact saying. Rod and I are about to set out on one of the most epic adventures we've ever done and I've ever done. It's the furthest north I've been in 20 years. We drove from Gold Coast all the way up last night, got up at 2 a.m. Rod forgot the leaders, forgot a few other things as well. We were in a mad rush to leave. Couldn't get any filming done, unfortunately, but that's all right, it's a boring part of the trip. Slept outside the tackle shop last night from 2 o'clock till 6 o'clock, grabbed some leaders because we don't want to be undergunned on this trip. Just got to the boat ramp. This is exactly what I built this boat for, packing it all up and going for a couple of days and just fishing. So got everything in there, water, we've got extra fuel in the ends, couple of rods, haven't bought anything lighter than a 6 to 20 pound rod, toilet paper, backpacks, we've got camera gear, we've got everything, we've got safety gear, well, most of it anyway. Cooking, you know if the lighters are still in there? Yeah, they're in the shopping bag, sweet. This is our last pack up now. I got a pillow and a sleeping bag in there next to the batteries. That's probably not a great idea. The weather is looking primo. We couldn't have picked a better weekend to do this. Hopefully we can get some big fish on the skiffs this weekend. It's Friday morning now. We got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday morning before we have to head back. Filming starts now. My boat's on the water. It's sitting a little bit lower than she normally does. That's all right. We're going to burn up, find a nice place to camp, I reckon. There's already more bait busting up at the boat ramp than I've ever seen on the Gold Coast. Oh, hopefully it's a cracker weekend. We've done some miles. Very excited to get the show on the road and catch some fish. Apparently the tuna and the mackerel have been going nuts. Hopefully maybe a GT or two as well, but we'll see how we go. Last trip Rod and I did was the cod trip and that did not end very well. Oh well. So just taking a little midday break. Well, not a midday, mid-session break. We were out wide and it was just lumpy and bumpy and we were sitting on like 10 to 12 knots and we've just come in close to the beach and it's absolutely sensational. We're up around the 18, 19 knots now and there's a bit of bait below me actually. Beach line as far as the eye can see. The skiffs are going well. Definitely feel the extra weight getting around in here. But I can't wait to unload it and then get out and do some fishing. We're gonna keep going, I reckon. Yep. Keep going? Sweet. Yeah, much nicer in here. I think we'll just hug the shoreline all the way up, see where we can find a nice camping spot. It's a little bit of a wave on the beach. Seriously, I could have put Pipe Dreams 1 out. Definitely feel the extra weight though. Sitting at 17 knots quite comfortably along this little choppy bit. Sketchy out wide, but coming in close, definitely a lot more fun. Sitting at 19 knots. Boat's just handling beautiful. Woohoo! Crystal clear water. Added to our campsite. Just chose this spot. How cool is this? Check out our little view. Pretty insane looking. Wind's just dropped off, so we're actually going to go for a little spin because there's nothing else to do apart from fish. It is 12:35. Not that that matters to you guys. Apart from the yacht, almost no one exists. Boat's just about to run aground, so gonna chuck the rods on board, have a drink of water and go pop for a couple of hours, maybe use some stick baits, some plastics, just see what's around. It's kind of this, see if we can actually catch some dinner, hey Rod? Otherwise we got 2 minute needles.
Corn chips and bully beef or something.
There we go, corn chips and chili beef. And the tide's dropped huge, massive difference compared to on the Gold Coast. It would go literally from this line here to like those rocks, but it's gone from there down to there. It's like ridiculous, like 4 meter tide change. Don't get that on the Goldie, so that's pretty impressive. Well, to me it blows my mind. I'm just like, whoa. Here we are, first spot. Look at it, you can see the bottom. That's ridiculous. That is crazy. Might just put my sounder on. Wowee. This is it, first fishing session of the trip. Already blown away by the scenery. I don't even know how to fish this area. Got no idea, I'm just hoping there's some fish around. Bit of bait moving through here, Rod. Just saw a couple of swirls just here. There. We're literally out of this little rock. I'm having a jig. It seems to be really quiet and these whales are heading straight for us. I'm a little bit nervous, I must admit. Woo! That is really close. I wonder why my line in just in case. Wonder we can't catch any fish. Whales are eating them all. Oh, look at that. There it is there. Oh, incredible. Never been this close to a whale in my life. Pretty cool. Look at that. I never got to whale watch on Pipe Dream 1, but I've literally whale watched every ocean trip on Pipe Dream 2. Run into them every day now. You know, it's a bigger fine if you take a motorboat closer to the white whale than it is if you just go to a regular whale.
Oh yeah, right.
That's almost discrimination. Yeah, I might have a little sit down too and just enjoy the scenery, hey? Rod and I have been working hard for the last hour. There is just nothing. I cannot believe we drove 7 hours up here. We're going to keep persisting. Something's going to turn on before our trip is over. That's what I'm praying. The whales are pretty cool though. I can hear them vibrating through my boat. If you lie down and you put your ear to the boat, you can hear your whales coming through. It's pretty cool. But it's such a magical day out here. I'm just enjoying being on the water. That's what happened. I got bitten off twice by something and then I stayed over the same spot. And, hey?
By a leather jacket?
Yeah, probably by a leather jacket. Wouldn't have been anything exciting. It didn't feel massive. It just came through and snipped my line and then I tied on another jig and then it stole another jig and then I couldn't get it to bite anymore. So yeah, it's fish swimming around with 2 jigs in its mouth. Righto, we're going to go head over to the cliffs and see if anything's picking up over there. But so far, no luck. No fish landed. Thank God we bought some food. Final session for the first day. Not a lot going our way, but we're hanging in there. Going to try a bit of popper action on the sunset. See what happens. Rod and I have seen like no fish action today, so confidence is at an all-time low. But you never know your luck. Big old pressure point coming in, and it's just causing havoc on this point. I thought, if I was a GT, that's where I'd be sitting. If I don't go overboard, when one hits this popper, it'll be an absolute miracle. That's got to be one of the best sunsets I've ever seen. You got purple sky over here. Pan around. How was that? That's the end of day 1. Didn't go exactly to plan. We've got a nice little fire going here. Had our stew and corn chips for dinner. Sensational. Spicy stew and corn chips. It's Rod and I's favourite. Can't really see him. It's a beautiful full moon here tonight. Thank God we brought food with us because we were planning on eating the fish. We haven't even seen a fish, so we're a little bit doubtful of how this weekend's gonna go, but we've got high hopes for tomorrow. Hopefully we can get out on the water and just catch something, really. I got busted off twice, well, bitten off twice today. No idea what from. Was fishing a little metal jig and that was it. Got to see the whales, which was pretty cool. Water temp's down a little bit more than we thought it was gonna be, and wind's up a little bit more than we thought it was gonna be, but tomorrow's looking primo. Wish the fishing was better, but other than that, it's been going really well. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Big day on the water. I'm gonna probably start off with a popper, go hard with the popper until my hopes die and then try something else. Good morning to day 2 of Rodney's and I's trip to get something massive on the skiffs. I'm feeling so sore this morning. I don't know whether it's from just sleeping on straight sand or fishing yesterday, but I'm that sore, it's not funny. Got up to do a little bit of stretching actually. Literally just moving my right arm. Oh. I'm like the biggest white cloud of fishing. Everywhere I go, fishing just ceases. Gonna go head back, maybe have a cuppa or some water because I'm a little bit dehydrated, and then start getting into it. Positive thoughts, Tim, positive thoughts. Big day ahead of us. Hopefully we catch some massive fish. Might be a tough day though. Seeing as we're not catching any fish, I might as well teach you a bit about the bush. This is a kangaroo track. See the tail in the middle and the 2 feet? I know this because I actually ran into him a little way down the track. He was on that grassy hill. There's another one. And you'll normally find them about 2 meters apart. There's another one. Ah! Not having a good morning so far, and with 2 casts in, braid just snapped. Just come across some marks on the sounder. Gonna try and work out what they are. Got a little metal jig on instead. Right, so I finally worked out what all the things on the sounder are. Whole school of squid. Well, I've come in from outside where Rod is, and as soon as I come in here I saw a little garfish shooting across the surface, so I was going to play around in here for another couple of hours. Rod's had 2 hits this morning. I've had a squid follow me all the way to the boat. Let's see if this rod can cast. Ah, piece of cake. Oh, yep, I'm on! Yes! Oh, I caught a fish! Well, I haven't yet. Oh, just speed winding it. Oh, I think we've got dinner. Yes! You would not believe it. I just hooked, I think it was a little spotty, and I got it on deck. The hooks fell out, it fell out. My cameras, both front and back, turned off as soon as I hooked the fish. I am livid. Oh, so not only did I lose the fish, lose the footage, I lost dinner as well. Rod's gonna be freaking happy. This trip is awesome. That's what I hooked it on anyway, guys. Come up and nailed it. I watched it come up and eat it. It was actually really impressive to watch. Freaking out that I had no cameras on, and I thought I just got to get him in the hatch for dinner tonight. And the bad thing is he was bleeding, so I'm not sure. Oh no! You silly bird. Bird just tried to eat my lure. I got a big spotty.
You got a spotty?
Yeah, just out the front there, first cast.
Tell me you can't.
Well, just...
What are we going to eat?
Just listen to the...
No, let me turn my camera on.
Just listen to the story, alright?
Turn my camera on so I can hear this stupid story about how Tim just gave away our dinner.
Just listen to the story, alright?
Where is it?
Ready?
Yes.
I cast, as I cast, that battery turned off,
Yeah.
hooked up, it ran, this camera turned off, I only got the hook up, I was like, then got the fish in, got it up on deck, I went right, tried to open the hatch, as I opened the hatch, the hooks fell out and it flipped off and swam away, and I was like, just ruined everything. Here we go, afternoon session. Seems to have calmed down a bit, to be honest. Oh, something just hit it. How did it miss? There's a lot of bait around here this afternoon. Yep. Oh no. Oh, I nearly had dinner for me and Rod. Yeah. Oh, come on. They're in there. That's like the third hit I've had this afternoon. Just finished day 2. Come back to that. Had 3 hits on the stick bait, but sadly didn't land any, which was a bit of a shame. They weren't very big, but I got more teeth marks in the lure, which is cool, but I don't know what they were. It might have been small mackerel or pinfish or whatever Rod was telling me. Check it out, cooking some rice. It's going to be a very bland dinner. We were hoping to catch some fish. This is living, Barry.
Counting on Tim to land a fish.
I had one. That's the most upsetting thing, is I actually caught one today and the batteries went dead and it was debacle. I'm sure the whole of North Queensland heard me swear after it disappeared over the side instead of into the hatch where I wanted it to go. It's gone forever. What can we do? One fish caught today and it wasn't even on film. This trip's going swimmingly. Woohoo! Can't complain with a view like that. So tomorrow we got a bit of a different plan going on. Well, actually the same for the morning. We're gonna head offshore, see what we can find. If nothing works by tomorrow, by high tide tomorrow, then we're going to pack up camp and head and do some inshore fishing. Something that I'm very familiar with and might have more success at least landing some fish. Inshore and offshore tomorrow. I reckon I've still got a chance of landing some mackerel. We're gonna catch some mackerel tomorrow. I just wish the tuna were here. We came up busting up tuna and we haven't seen any birds whatsoever. What we do come across bait-wise is not massive. You see bits and pieces on the sounders. Definitely not what we came up here for, but it's gonna turn on tomorrow, isn't it, Rod?
Yeah, 100%.
There we go. You heard from the expert. We did it, everyone. Yes. We have been fishing all day because we went out this morning to get mackerel or anything. Wind picked up, so we decided to come in and fish a lovely estuary system. And we thought, you know what, let's just get a flathead for tea. Rod drops his immediately, trying to get it in the boat. I hooked up, lost one. Rod got a GT. Oh, we just haven't had a good day. But check out this beast. Here's dinner tonight.
Yeah, let's get over.
That's a solid flathead. It's close to a PB too. We're gonna go set up camp now and enjoy some fresh fish for dinner. There you go, dinner. Pretty happy with that.
Oh, yeah. That'll be delicious, actually.
We're gonna chuck it on the fire tonight. We're gonna set up camp.
Rice, we got spinach. Like, we'll just put this one on the coals, just on the hot coals, and just let it cook like that. Just scales on.
That's gonna be a lot of flesh for us, hey?
Yeah, there's heaps. It's perfect, in fact, because I'm pretty hungry.
Rod and I'll have a side each, but that's a beautiful flathead. It's close to one of the biggest, definitely the fattest I've ever caught. Would you say that's 60?
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, after a long weekend and a long day, dinner is served. Check it out. Got it on this little bad boy. Brawler bait with a little TT spinnerbait. Ben Kenyon gave that to me and I still have it in my tackle box. It was the second big one I hooked actually, but the first one to actually stay pinned. This is campsite number 2. Wind was meant to be picking up, so we come halfway home. We thought we'd stop in at a creek, do the last night in a creek. We're absolutely cooked. Rod and I have already said we're putting it down to a learning weekend, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, it's really hot. Oh, yum. Here we go.
Well, this trip's been a little bit of a fail. Probably going to call it quits there because just out of energy, out of motivation, out of everything. Rod and I just finished dinner. The sandflies are going crazy. We've got spray on and you can't keep them away. It's how it is. I'm cooked and we barely caught anything. The one good fish that I did catch, cameras die on me, so we're just going to mark it down as a bit of a learning curve. One flathead in the creek this afternoon. Probably not even going to fish tomorrow morning. We're just going to pack up, have some 2-minute noodles and go home. Long trip ahead of us. Hopefully the wind's not too bad, but when you knock off to a view like this, makes it all worth it kind of thing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, but again, not much to work with. Epic skiff adventures next time, hey? Look at that, little flatty just took off.